So yeah, the Action 5 has 960 frames per second at 1080p, and that's 32 times slower.
Every single reviewer, not one mentioned it. And then finally I found one, Mr. Black said like, oh yeah, it has 960 frames, technically.
Now, I'm not sure I'm the only one that mentioned it, but thanks for the shout out, Casey. And it's something that you do through the camera or through the app, but there is a catch to it because it basically uses some intelligence to smooth out that footage. So it's not technically filming in 960 frames per second, but it does work. And when you do it right, it looks incredible. So on this video, I want to compare that footage to the Hero 13's new 720p burst, where you can get 400 frames per second or 16 times slower. So not as impressive because it's not as slow and also less quality. But let's have a look and see which is better.
Mr. Black.
And by the way, my name is Danny Black, and if you're new here, don't be a stranger to the channel. And if you like action camera kind of stuff and tips and tricks, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and YouTube will keep feeding you that kind of stuff. I'll put links to everything that we're talking about here down in the description so you can find it out down there nice and easily. So on my first video about the Action 5 Pro, I basically show you what it does and how to do it. And if you want to see that, I'll link that video at the end of this video. But I didn't do anything too crazy, but I went out and shot some comparison footage so you could see what it looks like slowed down and see the difference. Quality better on the Action 5 Pro. I don't mind that they're kind of like adding little bits of frames. They're kind of using AI or something to process that footage. It looks really cool. It's really fun to play with. And I like that it's not a burst, meaning you can be filming a lot at 1080p, 240 frames per second, and then you can pinpoint on the app or even on the camera where you want it to slow down, which makes it a lot easier to capture that moment instead of using that 15 seconds of burst. And one thing that you'll notice is that when you shoot on the GoPro, it shoots at narrow field of view, so it's a lot closer up, where you can keep that ultra wide or wide field of view on the Action 5 Pro. And I actually kind of like that more because it's going to capture a lot of that action in there, whereas the GoPro one just kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't really look that good. But also, if you want to just lower the frames per second down to 360, you can get up to 900p resolution, which is still not 1080p, but it's getting a little bit closer, but not as slow. Yeah. One thing that I was going to give the GoPro advantage over is that you could use the macro lens and get closer up shots for that slow motion. But when you put it in macro mode, you actually can't do slow motion on it. It would still be really cool to see a macro lens for the Action 5 Pro if they can do that like they did the Action 2. And then you can do slow motion with that. That would be amazing. So yeah, technically it's not 960 frames per second per se, but you've looked at the footage, you can see for yourself. Let me know in the comments which one you think looks better. But that's it for today's video. I just wanted to compare that side by side so that you, the viewer, could see it. If you're considering getting one of these and you wanted to be able to do slow motion, or you didn't even know that you could do that, well, now you know. Stay tuned to the channel. I have a list a mile long of some really cool products and some more comparisons between these two guys. If you want to see my low light comparison video between these and some others, you can click that video over here. And if you want to see that Action 5 Pro video where I show you the slow motion and a little bit more about how to do it, you can click this video right there. Other than that, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you. Click one of those, giving you some time.